everyone, Emily here. Today we're going to check out what is in these boxes and bags. This is the entire haul from my last YouTube video. We're going to go through every single piece, so stay tuned. Now, it's been 24 hours since we got home. I've brought it into the games room. I've laid down a blanket. Normally I would film this inside the house, but I thought this time I'm going to film it in here. And I put a blanket down just because all of this stuff has not been cleaned yet. Some of it will be dirty, and I normally clean it before I bring it into the room to put it on the shelf or part of the collection. So yeah, that's normally my process, but I was a bit excited about delving into all of these bags and this box and remembering what we picked up. So I went filming for YouTube over a Saturday and a Sunday, and we went to a combination of cash converter stores, thrift stores, and also a retro game store on the Gold Coast, and that was awesome to check out and finish off at the very end. So the first store we ended up checking out was the cash converters, and everything we purchased was in this bag and in this bag here from memory. And I think we ended up spending around, I think they gave me a little bit of a discount. I think it was around $85 and something cents for all of this stuff. So you have to let me know if I got a bargain or not. Let's get into it. All right, so there's a combination of all different things. In that store, they did have one retro console, which we ended up picking up, but no other retro games. I feel like this is one of the best deals over the last few years that we actually were able to pick up, but it's in the very bottom of this bag, so we're gonna have to get through it. I ended up grabbing some DVDs when I was there too. We used to have a huge DVD collection, just to touch on that, and we ended up selling that for some reason or another quite a number of years ago now, and now we're sort of going through all of the DVDs that we really wanted to purchase again and picking them up pretty cheap. Now you can find DVDs over here in Australia from anywhere between 10 cents and $2. Normally we try not to buy the $2 and high-end ones, but we ended up spending, you know, mainly $2 a piece at this store in this box. But you know, we got some. So I ended up picking up Donnie Darko on Blu-ray, that's $3. Sphere for $3. It's a bit of a mixture of things here. Another Blu-ray, Ace Ventura Pet Detective. This one actually seems to be pretty hard to get on Blu-ray, so that was $5 on that one, but I think it's actually pretty expensive on eBay. The complete first season of South Park was $3 on DVD, all complete, no scratches to the discs. This cool Lisa Left Eye, you know, from TLC documentary, it looks like, so that was $2. Office Space for $1. Mr. Bean's box set, we don't have this. I do have these on VHS, so I'm really excited to actually have this on DVD, so that was $5. This awesome cover on Austin Powers, that was $1. The Cause, which is a band, they have some awesome music, so that was $1. Big Stan, this is an out of print DVD, so I picked it up, it was $1. Robin Williams Live on Broadway, $1. Now the Ren and Stimpy, the collector's set, this is complete as well. The discs are in fantastic condition and it was $9, so minus my little discount, which was really good. A movie called The Van with Danny DeVito for $1. Bubblegum Crisis Tokyo 2040, this is in new condition, that was $1. Space Jam for $1. Starship Troopers Special Edition, now I have the Laserdisc, the VHS, the DVD copy and a Blu-ray copy. From Hell, I totally forgot about this movie. It's not very good, but I do enjoy watching it on the odd occasion. Haven't watched it in years. $1. Billy Madison. Who doesn't love Billy Madison?
Poop again.
He called the shit poop.
$1. Oh, there's actually a few 50-cent ones in here, so that's pretty cool. We'll get to those in a second. Just Shoot Me, that is the first and second seasons, $3. Queen of the Damned was $3, but I don't have this. I do like this movie. It's not a lot of people like it, but I love it. Hocus Pocus, $1. Ghostbusters 1 and 2, $1. It's in new condition. Beavis and Butthead Do America, $1. There was a Wii Fit Plus there for $1, which I'm going to use for trade. Interview with the Vampire was $1. Some of these 50-cent ones here, The Love Bug, Dangerous Minds, and Human Traffic Remixed. Now this Human Traffic one, actually, we do have the DVD, but I didn't know about this version. So this is really cool. But we have picked up some items that have got really terrible disc quality. So they're either really dirty or they're really scratched. And I have a video coming for you guys that's going to show you at home how you can fix up those discs. It's not always going to take it back to original pristine condition, but it is the cheapest and easiest way to do it without paying for someone to buff them up yourself. So paying someone to do it, you can do it yourselves at home, just with a few things that you can pick up. And it's super cheap and super easy. So that video is coming in the next week. So you'll see some of these DVDs, PS2 games and PS1 games being fixed up, and I'll show you that it does work. Another Blu-ray, we've got Wreck-It Ralph here for $3. Plus I showed. Buzz, the music quiz, $2, another one for trade. And I picked this up for myself, Call of Duty Ghosts. It was $3 in the slipcase, and it has this really awesome steelbook. So for $3, I won't play the game, but I definitely wanted to get that steelbook. Next, Layer Cake, UMD, and the Michael Jackson Experience on PSP. They were $3 a piece. Now, these were the two best deals of the day from this Cash Converters. One of which is a sealed copy of Family Values to our 98. If anyone is into metal and rock, this actually had Korn, Rammstein, Ice Cube, Limp Bizkit, Orgy. This is a fantastic concert. It was one of my absolute favorite DVDs when I was growing up. I do have a copy of this, but I picked this up because it was sealed. So I had 2 copies of it because I don't think you'll ever find one or come across one of these again. And it's got a little sticker on it and everything, and it's so good. I've got to carefully get this $1 off, but this was a fantastic deal. This secondhand PAL is selling for quite a lot of money on eBay, and to have a sealed one now in the collection is, so cool. So let me know if you're a fan of those bands. I definitely am. That era of metal is just my favorite, and I go back to it all the time. But as promised, retro. We found this super clean Super Nintendo for sale there. It's got a couple of little bumps on the controller and nicks in it, but the console itself's pretty good. It looks like it's got some residue or sticker stuff on the front of it, but overall it has no yellowing. It is absolutely minty. Can't believe that I ended up picking this up. I don't know what the price underneath it was. Maybe it says $129 and they've discounted it to $39. I can't read what that bottom sticker says, but they've definitely discounted it even recently. And yeah, so it doesn't come with its power supply, but I will have one spare somewhere. I always seem to have power supplies for old NES or SNES hanging around in my box of goodies. So I definitely am very happy that we picked this up for $39. You do not find these in a Cash Converters, let alone any other secondhand stores for this price. So good one, guys. That was a great buy. Now, the last couple of things that we picked up at that Cash Converters just happen to be VHS. I'm going to run through those quickly. These were 50 cents a piece and ones that we didn't have. So there was Ocean's 11, Aqua the Diary, which is the band, Spice Power, unauthorized. I'll have a bit of a giggle at that. I think when I get my girlfriends over, we'll probably watch that. Devil's Advocate, one of my favorite movies. So I have most variants of it. I didn't have the VHS, so yeah, really good. Stealing Beauty, I love that movie, I haven't watched it in so long, and a copy of Ghost. Now all these VHS were 50 cents each, with my discount included at that Cash Converters for all of this. As I said, I spent between, it was either 85 and a certain number of cents, or it was 88 and a certain number of cents, but it was around that price point. So let me know if you think I ended up picking up any good deals in that lot. But yeah, I'm very happy with everything that we walked away from there. And we've got a great instant DVD collection of things that we wanted to get, and also some extra VHS. And I've got a very clean SNES to use for streaming now. So I'm very happy with that. Now, this particular op shop that we've been to a number of times will not sell any VHS or DVDs less than $2, or CDs are even $2 as well. The games they do at $2 a piece too. Now, I did end up finding some games there, which is really good. I don't know where they are in amongst this box. And I also can't remember everything that we picked up there, because this is a combination of Retro Gamer Guy sort of throwing stuff on the counter that I hadn't really gone through, and then things that he hadn't gone through of mine. I just went, look, can you bundle all this up for me? So overall, it ended up being a little bit more expensive than around $78, I feel, or maybe $88, and I paid $60 for this box. So I did my first $40 stuff and gave him $40, and then I ended up picking another bunch of things up, and he goes, oh, it's like 30 something dollars, but we'll just do it for 20. So I put out a $20 note. It's all went to charity, the money, and I'm very happy with what I can remember, what we've got in here. So yeah, this box was $60. So let's go through it. The soundtrack for Forrest Gump. This is, I believe, the original release from the soundtrack, because it came in the digipack, like the double pack over here. This thing's actually pretty unique, so I'm going to wait till I find the second one in this box and then show you. Oh, here we go. All right. So I had never seen these before, so you guys are going to have to let me know if you have or not. I thought they were copies at first, but they are real. They are video CDs. One is The Lion King and one is The Jungle Book. Now, being a huge Disney fan, and I love both movies, but I really love The Lion King, I had to have both of these. So they were $2 a piece. I'm not sure what they're worth or anything like that, but yeah, they're really cool to have in my collection for those movies. Then we've got a ton of DVDs. There are some games in here too, as I said. I grabbed a copy of Waterworld, 48 hours, and I think it's another 48 hours. So both of those, that is new, guys. That is absolutely new. Same with this one, Problem Child and Little Rascals. This one is also still sealed, so that was $2. Just amazes me that people throw this stuff out and donate it. I still can't believe it. Fierce Creatures. I hadn't seen this DVD before, actually, in quite a long time. So one that we used to have, and one that we're really glad to have back in the collection. There are some VHS here, and I'm going to put the games aside for now too. We picked up Baby's Day Out, The Mask, The Castle. This is a top Aussie movie. It is super, super funny. If you can find this on your streaming services anywhere else in the world, or you're able to watch this movie, please watch it. You're gonna love it.
Dad, $4.50.
For jousting sticks? Tell him he's dreaming.
How much is a jousting stick worth, Dad?
Not gonna be more than $2.50.
Last Action Hero, absolute cracker. Astro Boy and I Still Know What You Did Last Summer on VHS. The Grinch, City Slickers 2, Tomb Raider, The Mummy Returns, Midnight Oil, Best of, The Indian in the Cupboard, Rush Hour 2 and 3, Son of the Mask, Empire Records soundtrack. Can't believe this. Oh, now I didn't notice that before. Short Circuit on VHS. We do have this on Laserdisc. Such a classic and very hard to come by here in PAL format. And An American Tail, Robin Hood, Panic Room, Birdcage, and Land Before Time. It's a little bit wrecked, and I couldn't remember if I had it or not, so I didn't want to leave it. Beverly Hills Cop. This is the complete 3 discs. $2, and it's in fantastic condition. All right, then I picked up this, it is American, but it's Winter 2003 Jam Pack, brought to you by PlayStation Underground, and it's Play 10 demos on the PS2. Again, it's something I normally would collect for the demo discs. I probably wouldn't always buy the American version of it, but you know, it's very hard to find this sort of stuff, so I picked that up for $2. Then Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 on the PS3. Also Marvel Superheroes the Lego version. Then I picked up Batman 3 and also the Lord of the Rings PS3. So they were all $2 a piece. I think really good value for those games, picking them up. And then lastly, I did end up talking to the shopkeeper and he just ended up throwing this in for free for me. It doesn't have the correct copy of the Porsche Challenge game in there, but I know that mine does not have the sticker on it. So I mainly was asking for this because it has the Porsche sticker, just to have sort of like another, you know, complete sort of thing on my version. And also to keep the case. Cases are so fragile on the PS1 games. So I always try and pick them up even if they don't have the correct game when I'm in stores. And most of the time, if you do ask, they will just give them to you, because they don't have the right game in there and it's just easier than them throwing them in the bin. You just take it. So don't forget to ask. I ended up grabbing that for free. So yeah, that's everything from that one op shop. That, as I said, was $60, but we did pay a little bit more per piece. So it was like $2 per thing. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with everything that we ended up picking up from there. Lots of VHS that we didn't have in the collection. A few PS3 games that we didn't have. And, you know, DVDs like Indian in the Cupboard, which is really cool. So let's get on to the next store. Now the next store, this was actually a combination of two op shops, and there wasn't really a lot of stuff to pick up at either one of them. I did try and go through all of the games, and on film I did pick up quite a lot of them to sort of put to the side to work out if they were worthwhile picking up or not. But a lot of them at the end of the day were just too scratched. They weren't complete with manual, and they weren't games that I really actively would want to collect and then put on the shelf. So I decided I'll just leave them there for the next person who might love them. And I picked up a couple of bits and pieces anyway. So the first one, I grabbed some VHS again. And you guys are like, you're so crazy with your VHS. And I know I am. I know. But I will have a room to show you very soon with it, and hopefully you all like it. Stigmata. It's a horror movie. Love Actually in a cardboard slipcase. Who doesn't love Love Actually? It's a good movie. Princess Bride in a slipcase as well. I wasn't going to leave that. Sister Act and Ex Rental. And then we grabbed some cool stuff. Super cool stuff. Okay. All right, more DVDs. Double Team. Booty Call. Memento. Lost in Translation. National Lampoon's Turtles 1, the movie. Evolution. Another cool movie. David Duchovny, so good. This is another Aussie movie. Getting Square. Very funny. Drama, but also still very funny. So please, guys, watch this. It's got Sam Worthington in it. He's from Avatar, if you don't know who he is or you need a refresh. It's cool. Super Troopers and Super Troopers 2. How High? Bats. Oh, wrong way around. Oh, no. Yep, right way around. Bats. Up in Smoke Tour. Seeing a bit of a thing there for music and rap. And then Gran Turismo, the Prologue. So it's Gran Turismo 5. This game's in really good condition. The case is a little bit buggered, but I do have replacement cases, so I'm just going to get that fixed over. So that was $2. Gran Turismo 5, the Essentials version. Really good game. I picked that one up as well for $2. And then lastly, when we were walking out, my brother-in-law was going through the set of DVDs one more time, and this caught his eye. And when he pulled it out, he's like, oh, Godfather. This is actually a limited edition steelbook set on the PS2. So we ended up picking this up for $2. The disc's in really good condition. It does come with its bonus disc and manual. So yeah, this Godfather set is really, really cool. The steelbook's worn. This is another reason why I don't always actively collect steelbooks, because they do tend to get this sort of like wear if they haven't been looked after very well. But for $2, this is actually pretty good deal. I don't have it, and I had a quick look on eBay to see, you know, if it wasn't just like a $10 game that I was picking up, but this particular version's worth a little bit, so I thought it was a really good deal to pick this up. So between these two places, I think the shopkeeper at one did do a deal for me. So I think he ended up only charging me $20 for quite a number of these things. And then at the second shop, I just checked my receipt before. I think I ended up spending, I think $8 or something. So let's say I spent, let's say $30 on this pile here. And yeah, I think there's some pretty good stuff in there. You guys be the judge if you think it's good. And then we've got 2 more stores to go through. 2 stores. Now in this Cash Converters store, there were a lot of things discounted. Absolutely a cracker amount of things. And when we walked out, I didn't film the Blu-Rays, but we ended up picking up some of those that I'm just going to show you. They had 4 for $10. And in the windows, they did have some SNES and N64 games, some UMDs, some PSP stuff, and they were just not great. They were overpriced, and they were things that I already had. I'm not going to pay $50 a cart for something that I already have for whatever reason. If they were all $10, I would have picked them up, but it's just not worth it sometimes. So I left them, but I ended up picking up some cool stuff that I didn't have, and we went through all the CDs and found some awesome ones for 50 cents each. I think we ended up walking out of here paying, I don't know, it was pretty cheap. It was pretty cheap. Alright, so I ended up picking up 2 piles of Blu-Rays. As I said, they ended up being 4 for $10 on the way out the door. These are all in really good condition and movies that I didn't have. Fast and Furious 5. Scorpion King is still sealed. $2.50 it worked out at. Like, that was a deal. Zombieland. I love that movie. Old School. The Mummy. This is the 3rd one. Swordfish. Final Fantasy Advent Children Complete. And Chappie. If you guys haven't seen Chappie 2, you gotta watch that Chappie. Chappie is awesome. And then in the window, you will have seen that I spotted some PSP games. UMD movies for the PSP. I don't even know when this collection for me started, and when I started to enjoy not only watching UMDs, but just obsessively collecting for them. I love the PSP. The PSP is probably one of my favorite handhelds, along with the DS Lite. And I've just been collecting for it since it released. And most of the stuff that you see here, I've paid less than $2 a piece for, or been gifted it. So I'm pretty pumped with how much my PSP collection has not only cost me, but how many good games there is on that little system. So I've picked up a bunch of UMDs that I hadn't come across before in the wild. There's Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, The Mummy, Van Helsing, Anacondas, the 2nd one, Robots, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, The Prisoner of Azkaban, and Philosopher's Stone, and Mr. and Mrs. Smith. That ended up being pretty cheap, as I said, so I don't know, maybe it was like $38 or something, I don't know, 48. I don't remember, but he did do a little bit of a discount on those 2. Okay, so let's get into the last lot of stuff that we picked up. And it's always lovely to go and check out the Super Retro store. They're very nice guys that work there, and always really accommodating. They don't mind me filming there, and it always gives you guys a really good an insight into, you know, Australia and where I live, the area, and obviously checking out a retro game store. They've got quite a lot of stuff, and this time we ended up picking up a few bits and pieces, not over the top, but we grabbed a few things that we had been looking at. So over the years when we've been there, probably the last year and a bit, I feel like they've had this there for quite some time. So I've been to Super Retro a few times, and I feel like they've had this there. This is the House of the Dead Overkill Bang Bang box. It's really, really awesome, all of the stuff that's included in this, and I couldn't say no to it this time. They had it in the clearance section, and it was on sale now for $29. I think originally they may have had this around the like $60 mark ish, so to have it like come down like what I feel is quite a lot, I wasn't going to leave it again. So, and as a big shooter fan, I felt like that was something I had to have, especially being Sega too. And then we picked up a few other little bits and pieces, one of which is Disney's The Lion King on the Game Boy. I didn't own this game, and it's such a sweet game. I absolutely love The Lion King, and now I have what I feel like for myself, the complete collection. There is a Game Boy Advance copy of this game, but I might keep an eye out for it when I go back to Japan. But yeah, I'm very, very happy. I ended up paying $25 for this copy of this game. Then I picked up 2 more UMDs, Casino Royale and There's Something About Mary. I absolutely love both those movies. And then Retro Gamer Guy picked up the Uncharted 3 PS3 Drake's Deception, a copy of this. And the reason why he does own it, but he doesn't have this this slip cover, the plastic slip cover that goes over the top. So technically now he has a full complete one, and he's very, very happy that he picked this up. And this was only $8, so pretty good deal on that so far. And I'm leaving the best find till last. Okay, the Super Nintendo was a really good find, and so was that copy sealed of Family Values. But this is definitely my favorite thing that I've purchased from Super Retro. It was sitting on the rack. I asked them, I'm like, where have you been hiding this thing? Because I've never seen it there before, even when I had a little bit of a peek of their stock room once before. I don't know where it come from, they couldn't tell me, but $35. It is a Donkey Kong Country promo lunchbox. As you guys know, it's one of my favorite games of all time, and I collect any of the promo stuff for this particular game. I think $35 is probably a little bit expensive for a lunchbox, but I'm never going to find another one again. And the odds of me finding one in an op shop at any point is going to be slim to none. I probably would never find this. It's been created in Australia, AZ Designs. It was in 1993, still made in China, but it was designed here for Nintendo. And it does have the officially licensed product on the side. I get really excited when I look at this thing. It's just really, really cool, and I'm really, really happy that I was able to pick this up, and yeah, it's now part of my collection, so it's going to have a very special spot in my Nintendo section, especially being an Australian release. You guys are going to have to let me know if you've seen any of this sort of Australian Nintendo stuff before, because yeah, this is really, really cool stuff. I'm very, very grateful that I ended up finding this. But that's it. That's it for the mega haul. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video. Yes, we did go out and spend a little bit of money, but technically it's been the second time that we could go out and safely go game hunting and thrifting here in Australia. So we're very, very, very lucky. We've picked up quite a lot of things for the collection, and a few games that I'll use in trade value for other things, because they're worth a little bit on trade, and to try and make my collector's editions of other things cheaper, or trade them in other retro stores so I can get a different game for myself. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool, lot of stuff. Let me know what your favorite items were in this pickups. But yeah, I'm going to go and clean it all up now and get it inside this games room. But until next time, I'll talk to you later.